we talk a lot about what we have to do for families or mothers, and that's true, but we have to get to the root cause. The root cause that drives either the poverty or that drives the inordinate amount of stress on the black family, however it is arranged. It's larger and systemic. It's rooted in racism. It's rooted in differential access to opportunity. There's a reason why fathers are not present. And it goes way back to slavery. You got to go back to the beginning in terms of a people's ability to be self-determined, to have an economic foundation, to have basic rights. Coming out of slavery, what was there? Nothing was there. There was no opportunity structure. You did what you could under black codes and Jim Crow for another 50 years beyond slavery. Then what do you do next? You migrate from the south to the north for work. Our families were still intact at that point, by and large.
More intact than a white
More
family.
intact than now. And we had less. We had literally no material, nothing. Maybe some land in some rare cases. The work was there for a moment when it was to the nation's advantage to have us working during wartime. After that, the work disappeared. So you've got people stuck by the millions in urban centers where all the work goes away, and the creation of a ghetto. On top of that, you layer discriminatory housing practices, white flight. You get
welfare,
welfare, which is not what black people advocated for. Martin Luther King Jr. did not advocate, and black folks did not ask for social programs or handouts. They asked for jobs.
That was our social program.
What did we ask for? We demanded jobs. We demanded ability to own businesses, to prosper on our own by our own hard work. That was our narrative. But welfare was delivered to us. And it also broke our families because the stipulation for accessing welfare for women was the man cannot be in the house. So you've got millions of poor people who are starved economically because of discriminatory practices and racism and white flight.
Which means the loss of tax base.
Which means the loss of tax base, the loss of any kind of economic system in these communities, which then therefore means the loss of family because the man can't be there.
Well, the norm is now that black men aren't in the home. That's, I mean, that is the norm for our kids. They do, a lot of these kids do not grow up.
And on top of that,
with a man.
And when we did have businesses, they put highways right through them. Detroit, Milwaukee, Oklahoma.
Or lynched us if we had a business.
There was, if you read this book, Lord have mercy, The Warmth of Other Suns, this should be required reading from Madison because it's the most beautiful story that lays out
the warmth of other suns.
The warmth of other suns, the predicament. If there is a black predicament, this book makes it clear. This is how we got to where we are today, talking about achievement gaps, employment gaps, incarceration. All of these pieces are tied, and there's a historical footprint that leads to how we got here. It's not mysterious. It's not in our DNA. We didn't bring it all upon ourselves. It's systemic.